Yo, what's going on guys? Neliq here. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about some brand new weapons, supply drops, and also melee weapons that will be coming to the game in the near future. Now, these have not been announced by Sledgehammer Games themselves, but instead leaked on Reddit like everything else in the world. So, first things first, brand new supply drops. There's going to be a legendary supply drop, an epic supply drop, and a weapon supply drop. What's the difference between them? Well, right now in the game, we have the common supply drop and the rare supply drop. Obviously, rare, we have a higher chance of getting better stuff. I assume legendary is the next step up, so we have an even higher increase of getting something rare or heroic. Then epic is like the top tier one. So we should be getting a heroic out of that case. And then obviously the weapon supply drop talks for itself. We're going to get a weapon out of the crate instead of like calling cards and all that type of stuff, which is a really cool feature. Now, along with these supply drops, they're also bringing out a feature really soon, microtransactions. So you'll be able to pay real money, and in return, you can use that money to buy supply drops in-game. Now, this is going to be really good for people that get really bad luck, including a lot of my friends that always get commons and just shitty calling cards out of their rare supply drops. So, that will definitely be spending money, and I'm sure a lot of you will too. Now, for new gun, a bunch of new guns have been listed on Reddit, and I'm going to go through them all right now and also show the weapon variants that will be coming out with them. And then there's also a few melee weapons thrown into that batch as well. Now, I don't want to talk about it too much because this video will drag on for probably 30 minutes if I did, but I'm going to read out all the names of the guns, and while I do so, I'm going to show the variants. So I'm going to take a break every time the variants are playing, but then I'm going to come back every time I reintroduce a new gun. So first things first, we have the Giwa 43 semi-automatic rifle developed by the Germans during World War II. Has some really interesting variants on it. You will also see a calling card in which you will get for getting 500 kills with this weapon. Next up, we have the Type 5 gun. Now, this was a pretty hard gun to find on Wikipedia because it's actually called the Type 4, but it's just commonly referred to as the Type 5 for some reason. And this gun was a Japanese experimental semi-automatic rifle, and it was pretty much a blatant ripoff of the American M1 Garand. Now, this has only got a placeholder image with it, and then a calling card for also getting 500 kills with this weapon. No variants to look at, so that's a little bit of a bummer. But moving on, this gun, I'm going to butcher its name. It's called the Volksdrum Giwa. It has a base variant picture, and it has an angled view picture. Nothing too much to look at, but that gun is an assault rifle. Our next gun is called the Beretta 38, also known as the MAB 38, the Modelo 38, or the Model 38. It's got quite a few different names. It's a submachine gun, and it was used by the Royal Italian Army back during World War II. For our fifth gun, we have the Sten, and this was a submachine gun used extensively by the British and Commonwealth forces throughout World War II and also the Korean War. Our sixth gun that we have is the Breda 30, and this was a standard light machine gun used by the Royal Italian Army during World War II as well. Once again, we have 4 different variants for it, all looking very different, and then we have a side view to finish it off. Next is the M1919 Browning machine gun. We've had it in World at War. It was a really cool gun to use. It's an LMG if you guys don't know. And I'm really happy that this gun is returning to the game. Put a smile on my face when I read it. I do believe the Browning is usable in the campaign if you have played it. But yeah, it's not a weapon in multiplayer just yet, but it is coming. So that's really sick. Now we have the MG81 machine gun. Looking up pictures of this gun, you can actually put a bipod on it by the looks of it. I wouldn't be surprised if they add that within the game as well. We got 3 different variants to look at, so enjoy that. And then next up is a gun that we had in World at War. It was another one of my favorites. It's the Arasaka. And my god, this was a Japanese military bolt action service rifle. And this thing packed a punch when you killed people. By just thinking about it, I can just remember how many one-shot kills I got with this weapon. And it's so satisfying to shoot people. And next gun that we have is a rifle. It's the Winchester model 1894, also known as the Winchester 94 or just the Win 94. Is a lever action repeating rifle that became one of the most famous and popular hunting rifles. So that's a pretty cool fact about that weapon. We only get a side view, sadly, but it's still really cool that it's going to be entering the game. The next gun that we have is called the Enfield No. 2, and no, it's not a sniper rifle like the Lee Enfield, but instead it's actually a British top break revolver. So it's kind of weird. They have similar names, but they're completely different weapons. One's a sniper, one's a pistol. So we're going to have a pistol named the Enfield as well coming to the game. And I'm glad there's another pistol entering the game, because at the moment there's 3 different choices, and the machine pistol is one of the most annoying things to get killed by at the moment. It's just so OP. So hopefully it has a bit of competition coming out soon. Now, speaking of pistols, we have another one coming out. It's called the Walter P38. Now, if this gun's already out, I'm sorry, but this list is a little bit old, but I know for a fact nearly every single gun on this list isn't out yet, so I'm 50-50 if this one's out yet or if it's just another pistol that's very, very similar. But yeah, the Walter P38 9mm semi-automatic pistol developed by Walter Arms, used in World War II. It's coming to the game if it's not out already. I'm just happy with that, because I'm just glad the pistol collection's growing and it's not going to be set down to one pistol being used by everyone. My god, you wouldn't believe it, another pistol, the Reich Revolver. Obviously it says what it is in its name. It's basically a revolver, also known as the M1879 Reich Revolver. They were service revolvers used by the German army from 1879 to 1908. So yeah, pistols are actually getting a very big collection by the looks of it. Now, we are actually officially done with all the brand new weapons coming to the game. Now it's time to talk about the melee weapons. There's 3 of them, and the very first one is the Ice Pick. It has a base variant, and it has 4 different variants for you guys to look at, so that's really, really cool. But yeah, it'll be pretty deadly rocking up behind some of an Ice Pick and just stabbing them in the back, something like that. I could just imagine it already. Our second melee weapon that we have is the combat knife. This includes a base variant and 1 variant alongside with it. Now, there could be more, but these are the ones that we have been supplied, and that one looks really cool as well. And then for our third and final melee weapon, it looks really beast. It's the trench knife. So I didn't have any idea what a trench knife was until I looked it up. It's pretty much just like a normal knife, but with brass knuckles included onto the handle. So it's pretty gangster. And yeah, I just can't wait for everything that I've listed in today's video to be out in the game. I hope you guys enjoyed it, having a little sneak peek at all these brand new weapons. If you guys haven't seen any of my other videos, make sure to check them out. There's some really cool tips and tricks videos out there right now, including some class setup. But make sure to subscribe so you can see them. Like the video if you enjoyed. Comment down below which of these guns is your favorite. And I hope you all have a fantastic day. I'll see you guys later. Peace.